Governor Charlie Baker and the state's Commissioner of Education speaking out after the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention updated their guidance for schools. Good Wednesday afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordan Jagalenzer. The CDC removing the controversial guidelines that pushed for in-person learning earlier this fall. Western Mass News reporter Sarah Granelli is live with the very latest. Sarah?
Chris, Jordan, the CDC now saying that students getting COVID-19 has to be weighed with the importance of in-person learning. Governor Charlie Baker once again saying that students belong in the classroom during his coronavirus task force briefing on Wednesday. This comes as the Center for Disease Control and Prevention updated their guidance saying students are at high risk if they learn in person.
I've made pretty clear that I think kids need to be in school, and I think if you talk to almost anybody in the pediatric community, they'll tell you that the consequences, the very negative, very real, and in some cases sustained consequences of the isolation.
Under the guidance, it states that all students can get and transmit the virus despite earlier reports. The state's Commissioner of Education, Jeff Riley, says they take what the CDC says into consideration, but ultimately it's up to the medical professionals in Massachusetts.
We're relying mostly on the medical expertise here in Massachusetts. We certainly look at the CDC guidance, but as you know, the CDC guidance has changed for different things over time. And so there's been some up and down, back and forth about what they put out. We're relying mostly on our medical community here to advise us on what we're trying to do.
The governor says the long-term effects of fully remote learning could have a big impact on students' future.
Lack of rhythm and the lack of socialization and the lack of engagement with their peers and with their teachers on a regular basis is an enormous public health threat and potential calamity.
In West Springfield, their school district is fully remote for the time being. West Springfield's Mayor William Reichelt tells Western Mass News he wasn't surprised at the sudden change in guidance by the CDC. He says the town makes their school district's decisions by looking to the state and local health experts.
CDC guidance, I mean, really what they did was just take away politically motivated information and go back to a science-based stance. So I think for now, we're not really looking to the CDC for much, because it's so much back and forth.
And coming up tonight at Western Mass News at 6 o'clock, we speak with the local school district who had their students come back to fully hybrid learning this week. Live in Springfield, I'm Sarah Granelli for Western Mass News.